my name is Glen Faith. This is my wife, P.J. I'd like to welcome you to Mermet Springs, the home of first-class scuba diving. We'd like to invite you and your families down to dive with us soon. Mermet Springs is an 8.5 acre spring-fed stone quarry that we've actually been open since 1996, and we've grown in popularity. We have divers coming from all over the Midwest and destinations as far away as Canada. We have depths between 15 and 120 feet, training platforms from 8 feet to 100 feet. It's simply a diver's paradise, whether you're coming to enjoy the underwater sights or if you're coming here to train divers. And I'd like to welcome you to our show and hope you enjoy the above as well as the below water tour. Okay, what you're looking at now is our deep dock. The north end of the quarry actually extends past the deep dock onto the north. The quarry itself is 8.3 acres. This is the deep end of the quarry. As we pan slightly to our left, we have two deep water training platforms. We have one platform suspended at 100 feet, and back towards us a little bit where there's double buoys opposing each other is a training platform suspended at 85 feet. Below each of the buoys there's a strand of rope that goes all the way to the training platform, and every 10 feet is a white piece of PVC between the buoys, making a ladder. So from the 100 and from the 85 we have a ladder down to the platforms, which makes it exceptionally easy for instructors and dive leaders to stage and to take their students into deeper water for their checkout dives and deep training. If you notice the white cylinder buoys, there's actually 4 of these buoys. They're set up as a compass course. The number 1 buoy is directly behind the aluminum boat, and to your left or the west, you go to buoy number 2, then back to the north, and then back east, and then back south. It's a compass course 100 feet between each of the buoys, which is a good place to practice your navigation skills and to train students. The aluminum boat that you're looking at, we actually use for instruction. We use to teach boat diving classes from, and it gives us a nice platform in the center of the quarry. If you can notice the black wire that goes out to that actually is a wire that's connected to a speaker that's suspended about 50 feet below the boat. For safety here at our facility, one of the things that we have is an underwater recall system, and it's not just a siren or a buzz. It, in fact, we're set up with a recall system so that we can call from our portable radios, and you can hear it as though you were in a large apartment store and there was an announcement for your children to come to the counter. It's like surround sound. So if we have an approaching storm or tornado or lightning, or if we were to have a lost diver, we can actually recall the divers by name or as a whole using our underwater recall system. And as a side note, we also pipe in a little music. So occasionally we have some Jimmy Buffett or some diver selections on their night dives, which adds a whole new dimension to your diving experience here. As you pan around the walls across the quarry, as you see them, they extend approximately 100 to 110 feet down to the depths of the quarry. Just a beautiful wall dives at the north end and on the northwest side of the quarry. The wall diving is almost always exceptional. Just looks like the face of the moon on the bottom of the quarry over there. Just a fantastic deep dive. This is a view from our primary dock. We are handicap accessible here at Mermet Springs, and we've designed and built, had installed a platform that will allow us to assist handicapped divers in and out of the water. If you look down towards the beach area, that's actually where the Euclid trucks used to drive down into the quarry when it was an open and operating quarry. The quarry road ran along the east side of the quarry, underneath the old primary dock, underneath the primary dock, and gradually down deeper into the quarry itself. We've set up several things on this road. From the beach coming this direction, we have an underwater petting zoo. The next item you would run into is a 15-foot suspended shark, a motorcycle on a platform. As you swim further to the north, you will run into a full-size school bus, and then you'll find a couple of dragline buckets, just like at the entry to our facility. Then you run into our training platforms. We're very proud of our platforms. They are all suspended mid-water. They're all approximately 12 feet wide by 26 feet long. We spend anywhere from 10 to 15 dives each week with scrub brushes, actually going down and cleaning off the silt and doing safety checks on all of our training platforms and all the sites in the quarry. As you go around to the west, we have a training platform. There's 2 buoys out in just to the west of the old primary dock. There's a training platform there at 65 feet, which is a very good place to begin your deep diver certifications. As we pan around to the west, we have a suspended Cessna at 15 feet. There's another Cessna on the bottom, or actually on a platform at about 30 feet, and a cabin cruiser at 40. There's rope lines that connect all of the sites and all the destinations here at Mermet. Between each of the items placed in the quarry is also a sign. Just like you would see a road sign if you're driving through town, there's an underwater sign that tells you what the next item is that you're going to see when you take that rope or that path. As you pan on around towards the west, you will run into an ambulance, a semi-truck, and the prize of the quarry, which is a full-size 727 passenger jet. And if you heard the rumor, it's true. We actually bought that from Warner Brothers. It was used in the filming of U.S. Marshals, and we did, in fact, write them a check, and they cashed it for $1. So we bought a 727 airplane for $1. It's probably the best deal I've ever got. The tail of the 727 is at 15 feet. The nose is at approximately 45. If you come off the nose of the airplane and come back to the east towards the primary dock, there's a full-size train car. There's a full-size aluminum train car. It was actually a coal car that derailed here in front of our facility a few years back, and we persuaded the railroad to donate one to Mermet, so we are now the proud owner of our own train car. Just to the south of the train is a fire truck for those firemen out there, and we put in a fire plug because we have to be able to get water to fill the tanker up, and a couple of cabin cruisers from there. As you come back to the east, there's another airplane, and you come back along the wall and make your way back to the primary dock. It kind of gives you a good overview of the facility. Everything on the south end of the quarry is shallower. As you go and proceed to the north, it's much deeper. This is a view from the south point of the quarry. What you're looking at is a number of covered pavilions equipped with tank tables and picnic tables. We also have 3 primary docks. The center one, which is handicap accessible. The training platforms are near those in the shallow area. It's a deep dock that you're now seeing. A boat in front of that we use to teach boat diving from. You're now looking at a view from our west dock, which is kind of a secluded area in the west end of the quarry. We have a shallow training platform here that's 10 by 10 and at a very shallow depth of 6 to 8 feet. We'll often use this for children or for divers who are kind of uncomfortable, need to transition into the open water at an easier location. Come on now, folks, come with us, and we're about to jump in and take a tour and show you exactly what we've been talking about. This is Mermet Springs rental department and air fill station. When you come here, you can expect to have prompt air fills. We have 4 compressors on site, which is powering a 6-whip fill station, and we have nearly 50 bottles cascaded to 4,500 psi. You should never wait for air fills here at Mermet. We also have a full-service rental department, including BCs, tanks, regulators, weights, hoods, gloves, anything that you would need, we have it here. This is our nitrox fill station. We do partial pressure blends here, so where you can accommodate your needs, whether you need a 32%, which is what our rentals are pre-mixed to, or if you're diving rebreathers, doubles, or high pressure cylinders, whatever your nitrox or oxygen needs are, we can certainly take care of them here. This is our office here at Mermet Springs. When you arrive each day, you are required to check in. We do check and hold C cards, and you'll need to stop in front of the office before entering the grounds. Go into our office and check in with the people behind the counter. And when you enter our office, you'll see one of the ladies behind the counter. We're always helpful and here to take care of all your needs. They'll be asking for your C cards, and see the waivers laying there on the counter. They'll get you checked in, and it's time to go diving. The catfish are a huge draw here at Mermet. We've got catfish in there between 40, 60 pounds or even bigger. People buy hot dogs all day long and just come down and literally hand feed the fish. They will just gently come up out of the water and take that hot dog from your hand, disappearing down into the depths. The catfish here are just a little bit spoiled. We also have on-site camping here at Mermet Springs. We have primitive spots with campfire rings, and our next addition at the end of 2010 will be to add electric hookups for campers. Well, after watching the show, I hope you enjoyed what you saw, and my wife and I and our staff certainly welcome you to come to Mermet Springs and experience first-class diving.